Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, hey girl, hey. Thank you for all of your support, everyone. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. If you're interested in booking a personal with me, as always, the link to my website is down below in the description box. Alrighty, y'all. When I was pre-shuffling, the energy that was coming out is somebody knows that their time is up. They know that their power over you has been severed. They no longer have any power. They no longer have any control. They can no longer siphon energy out of you, and they can no longer put you in this state of a low vibration, in a sense. You could be feeling a lot of people who you may have once been helping excessively, a little too much. These are people that you've pulled your energy back from. I feel like instead of asking for help, and I think that's part of the biggest problem, instead of asking for help, what they're doing is, it's kind of like giving you this urgency that we were talking about, I think a couple of readings ago. About, oh, it's kind of like the world is ending. What are you gonna do when this finally happens? But at the end of the day, that judgment, that consequence isn't yours. It's theirs. They're just expecting you to continue something for them. For example, how do I best say this? Because it happened to me, and I don't want to say something that is going to alert people that I'm on to them. But there's an issue going on with someone that I know. And normally I would have no problem, helping them through this situation. But they were grown-ass adults. Now they are facing consequences due to them not doing what they were supposed to do in the first place, okay? And so now they want me to come and help figure out a way out of something, even though I already have helped them figure out the way out of something, right? Like, for example, when you have your electric or your gas bill, right? You have to pay that every month. And I know that's not the case for everybody. I know times are tough, and I'm not trying to throw shade. But, for example, you get put on a payment plan, right? To help lower your previous balance, right? To make sure that your account stays in order. So what happens when you already asked for help and then you don't follow through on your end of the bargain? So you want to call back again and see what your other options are now? Why? Because you didn't follow through with the payment plan originally? So, and that could be part of the situation here. I'm not saying it's exactly has to do with bills or something like that, but that's the type of energy. It's like you've already went out of your way to help communicate something for someone, right? You gave them the solution. They promised they were going to follow through on the solution, but then they fell through. They had a lack of discipline. So now they're coming back in like, oh, please help me. I don't know what to do. And then you're not doing anything about it because you're like, you know what? You need to take care of this on your own. It's your responsibility. And so instead of asking, it's kind of like, well, when are you going to do this for me? And it's like, why is it expected that I'm going to do that for you? It's not. And it's like, well, what's going to happen if they cut off my light and if they cut off my gas? Well, then you should have followed through on your payment plan. None of that is my problem, right? None of that is your problem, collective. Whatever they have going on, none of it's your problem. No matter how much they want to seem like they're going to be on the outs, again, that's their problem. So, let's get into the reading. We are going to begin with the tarot dice. This portion of this video might be a little loud. So if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe, what is going on in the energy? And what is it that the collective needs to know for their highest good? Changes are happening. Unavoidable changes. We have the Sun reversed, the Ten of Wands reversed, excuse me, and the Chariot. Oh, what also was coming out in the pre-shuffle was there's also this other energy here of someone who has built some kind of false reality for themselves, right? And their world is slowly crumbling apart. The lies that they have told to keep up with whatever image that they had is fell apart. It's coming out here as well in the dice. But somebody here who was out of touch with reality and who was able to maintain whatever lifestyle that they created for themselves, they were able to maintain it only for so long. And I feel like that also had to do with you coming to the rescue, by you constantly saving this said individual or even group of people. But at the end of the day, you're no one's savior. You have pulled back your energy. Those cords, those connections have been severed. With this Sun reverse, I mean, this is unhappiness. Because somebody here is going through some kind of a loss with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is a loss. This is a destined loss here. And this could probably have to do due to somebody's childhood trauma, due to some wounding, due to some fictitious lies they may have said in order to make it appear like they were happy. We do have the moon. That's illusions and delusions and a lot of projections, a lot of lies. This also has something to do with somebody's loyalty. We have strong Cancer and Leo energy here. We have the Star. So your prayers are being answered at this time, collective. The burdens that were placed upon you were never yours to carry in the first place. We do have a Queen of Cups here in the reverse. Somebody here who lacks compassion. They lack empathy. They're definitely way out of touch with their intuition. They probably don't even have one. This is definitely somebody here. I don't want to say they're a people pleaser, but this is somebody here who's highly focused on the attention of others in order to make themselves feel better. We have Strength here in the reverse. Again, strong Leo energy. This could be a Leo Cancer cusp. Doesn't have to be. This is somebody here who's rooted in fear, rooted in ego. They have let their ego take over their whole existence. It's giving me, again, that entitled energy, this whole, what are you going to do for me? I don't know, feeling like they're owed something. We have the Hermit reversed. Somebody here who's afraid to sit with themselves. Somebody who's afraid to be alone. Somebody who's afraid to understand their innermost truths. They're definitely not facing something. They're not facing reality. Either way, there's a change here. This is fast forward movement with this Chariot card. After some kind of betrayal, some kind of rejection, some kind of heartache. We have the Four of Cups. Somebody here is finally choosing to... I feel, collective, what has happened here, you have finally chosen to put yourself first. You finally have chosen to put yourself first. And this is allowing you to move forward here, and it's been cracking people's false illusions. There's also this idea here of people still treating you as who you were, failing to see how you have grown. You know, there's somebody here who still thinks that you're a child, who are still making the same mistakes that that you made when you were younger, instead of realizing that maybe you actually learned from your mistakes and you've decided to evolve and grow. We have the World, the Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Wands sideways. You're definitely stepping into your power. People are definitely starting to notice you. They're definitely starting to sense your presence, your energy here. You don't even need to ask for attention. I'm not even saying that you command attention, but I feel naturally now people are really starting to notice you. They're really starting to notice you because you have pulled your power back. You've pulled your energy back from these energy vampires, in a sense. You know, people who felt entitled to your energy, entitled to your time. Either way, there's a great big ending that is taking place. Because you've decided to move forward with yourself. You know, this could have even been people who are probably, I don't know, in your group, in your community, in your home, in your workplace. These were definitely people that you thought were seeing things eye to eye, right? You thought that there was mutual respect there with that Three of Pentacles. But in all actuality, there wasn't. There was only self-serving pleasures, desires, only for themselves. We had the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, somebody was counting on you for their longevity. They were counting on you to provide. But yet there was no mutual respect and no mutual. So I'm trying to like wrap my brain around this. They wanted you to take care of everything for them, still be able to do what you do, so that way they can feed off of you, so that you can provide for them, to give them some kind of level of comfort and stability. But yet there was also no mutual respect. There was no support with the Three of Pentacles reversed. And I think they did that on purpose, because this Queen of Wands is sideways. They wanted you to question yourself. They wanted you to feel like you weren't worthy of something. That you weren't worthy of following the passions that you wanted to follow. I don't know, maybe these are people here who gave up on their own dreams. I feel like you've said enough is enough, and I feel like this is old energy. I feel like this is just the shit that's catching up to them now. The crumbling of that tower that they built. A lot of feminine energies here. I don't know if this has to do with a mother, your mother, or a mother figure, or somebody here could be a mother. It doesn't have to be, though. Universe. Tell us more. Okay. Way too many. Insecurity. And enlightenment. And gratitude. I just said holier than thou. I don't know if these are individuals here who really relied on how you viewed them. Like, maybe at one point, like, you did respect these people, right? You did look up to them in some kind of capacity here. But upon further inspection, upon looking deeper, you really have noticed that people are just bound to their own insecurities. And that's what they project onto others. It's probably what they projected onto you. You know, because fear is the devil's work. It is. I feel like you have definitely gained some kind of enlightenment here. Look at this. We have the child here getting some enlightenment. You have gained enlightenment. You have gained wisdom here. And I feel like the switch that needed to happen was, instead of idolizing these people, whether they were your family, whether they were your friends, whether it was a boss, an old mentor, hell, it couldn't even been a lover, right? You replaced them as from being first place to God and Source being first place. Because ultimately, that's the one who provides. That's the one who makes the dreams come true. That's the one who gave you all the gifts and your abilities that you have, so that way you can shine as this Queen of Wands. Some of you are definitely getting ready to come up in your business, if you started a business, or in work, or just in life in general. You're starting to come up. You're no longer being put on the back burner because you're not allowing other people to place their needs above yours. You guys have been practicing gratitude, being very grateful for all of the things that you have. And you have practiced forgiveness, because at the end of the day, you know what was being sent your way was never really yours to carry in the first place with that Ten of Wands. It was their insecurities. It was their projections. It was really how they truly felt about themselves. You have had some major growth here by being able to no longer carry situations or energy here that is no longer yours. You're learning to separate yourself from the attacks, whether psychological or spiritual. You're like, nope, that's not me. People do not like the fact that you have this enlightenment going on right now, that you're over being betrayed, you're over being put on the back burner. You know, it's given the energy of these people trying to act like you needed them more than they needed you. But it's like figuring out, you know, once you got all the puzzle pieces, because that's what enlightenment is. It's giving you all of those puzzle pieces. It's like, now that you have all of those puzzle pieces, it's seeing the grand big picture here and realizing that, you know, I was the glue that was holding this all together. I was the one that everyone was coming to for the solutions to their problems. But I also feel like that energy was not reciprocated with the Three of Pentacles. When you needed help, when you needed support, it was never... it wasn't given freely to you. Universe, tell us more. Somebody here is definitely losing their freedom, whatever freedom they thought that they had. And it could be the restrictions that was placed on you are now being placed on them. Like the roles have been reversed here. Universe, tell us more. I also feel like the truth is coming out in some kind of way, because people are now starting to notice you, and they're starting to see how maybe things have not been matching up with the past and what was said. We have a whole community here. There's a whole community here involved. We do have a main female. Somebody here is trying to avoid some kind of a change, and somebody here is not thinking things through. Trying to avoid a change, but you're not. Somebody here could even be wanting to be irrational and impulsive because they know that they're losing grip. I don't know, maybe they're losing grip with reality, or a false reality that they crafted. Be careful what lies people tell into. Be careful what lies you spill into the world. And that could be part of the problem, is there's been so many lies, it's been so difficult to keep up with. And now stories are not matching up. That's why it's always just easier to tell the truth. We have poverty. Somebody here is headed towards poverty. Maybe a whole community is headed towards poverty for trying to entrap you here since you were a child, or to keep you here from some kind of sudden wealth, to keep you here from your blessings, the ones that were your birthright to have, to hold, to maintain. This 37 breaks down to a 10. 10s are completions. You're definitely accessing something here. Beautifully is going to be happening for you. Somebody here is concerned. Whoever's in despair, whoever's in bad health, I don't know, maybe they have to pay up. Maybe a whole community here is going to have to pay up. There are definitely a lot of insecure souls involved in this. And for some of you, you could have even been given the keys to get yourself out of poverty as well. Maybe that's why you're receiving the sudden wealth, because you've learned the lessons that you needed to learn. You disconnected from the individuals that were trying to override you, trying to override your spirit. Trying to override your will. There could be a will involved here somehow, or someone's name could be Will. But they were trying to override your willpower. I think you were severely underestimated. There could definitely be a child here involved. Like maybe whoever built this false reality for themselves, I don't know, maybe they're going through some kind of separation themselves. Like when I say their whole world is falling apart, I mean their whole world is falling apart. Everything was built on a lie. Universe, tell us more. Tell us more, please, universe. The High Priestess and the Nine of Cups reversed. Somebody was trying to keep you from your wish fulfillment. They're trying to keep you from love. Trying to keep you from being happy. Nine of Cups, Six of Cups. They wanted you constantly looking back, not looking forward to the future. They wanted you in a miserable state. They wanted you isolated and alone. And they thought that would be for their own betterment, because you would always be there to help them. Because they felt like if they had defeated you by keeping you alone, by keeping you isolated, that you would be in this constant need of seeking approval, of seeking attention, right? Of being of service. Because something here about, maybe at one point you did have this feeling where you liked to be needed. Maybe you were a people pleaser, right? Because you always told you gotta do the right thing and help people out. But the truth is, not everybody deserves that help and that kindness. Not at the cost of yourself. So part of these lies that this person even created could have been to keep you isolated away from friends, isolated away from family, isolated away from lovers, to make you not feel so good about yourself, to make you feel like there was something wrong with you, that you weren't worthy of something, or that your time has came and went. That's a lie. Doesn't matter how old you are. You can make your dreams come true. They didn't think that you would go within. They didn't think that you would gain enlightenment. They didn't think that you would become a high priestess, that you would still find love in the divine. We have justice in the reverse. Yeah, I mean, that's what they did. They created an injustice here. We have Page of Wands, Five of Wands reversed, and the Chariot. You know, that competition is over. Fast forward movement into the future, into the proper timeline. That's what's happening right now. A timeline is being corrected. All because of somebody's competition, their greed, their envy. To me, this is somebody's ego here. This is somebody here who wanted the shine, wanted the fire all for themselves. They didn't want you to move forward. They didn't want you to take action. They didn't want you to be brave. They didn't want you to be fearless. Like, look at her. She don't got shoes on. Or, excuse me, look at them. Could be male or female. We don't judge here. Look at them with no shoes on. Fuck shoes, right? I'm gonna leave without the shoes. I'm still gonna get this shit done. Right? As long as I got my 2 feet, I can still walk. Part of this was them leaving you with absolutely nothing, but yet they were always gaining off of your energy. They wanted you to feel like, what if you had poured the energy into yourself, that you would have been selfish. So that's why you needed to help them. That's why you needed to take care of them. But isn't that selfish as well for them? Anybody who asks you to place them above you, run. Run. There's definitely been some kind of injustice here, maybe within a whole community, or a whole community was involved. It was a whole group of people here, due to their own insecurities, due to their own fears, due to their own disillusionments. It has to do with whatever programming they had. Strong Aries and Libra energy here. Seven of Wands. They wanted to come for your kingdom. They wanted to come for your kingdom. They didn't like the fact that you are God-touched, that you are chosen, that you're a star seed, that you're a divine one, that you're an earth angel, whatever label you decide to slap on yourself. See, they wanted you disconnected. They wanted to take what was yours. You could have even been dealing with the false high priestess. Somebody here who, I don't know, lost their way a long time ago, trying to cover up a Queen of Pentacles, trying to have you not see your worth. They didn't want you to be able to craft something for yourself, to be able to tap into the fruits of your own labor. They didn't want you to build something for yourself. This false high priestess here. You know, somebody here who runs their mouth and claims that they have all of the facts, they have all of the information. They don't got shit. They don't got shit. Not when you're in the reverse, because you want the attention and the approval of other people. This is somebody here who's unable to stand alone. This could even be somebody here who even teamed up with some of your enemies here, right? And they got that ego boost because they all had a common enemy, and let's all talk shit about the collective together. Right? Let's all talk shit about the collective, because that makes us feel better about ourselves. Right? And let's lie about what's going on in our life and claim that it's the collective's fault because they don't want to help you anymore. Or because you abused their kindness, you abused their love. Some of you guys literally cut some people off cold turkey. Cold turkey. And that's what they're pissed about. They can't get another hit off of you or your energy. Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, the resting phase in your life is now over. I don't know, maybe they thought that they won, and maybe they were celebrating a little bit preemptively. Sucks to be them, whoever this King of Swords in the reverse is. Again, strong Libra energy. Page of Cups reversed, Nine of Swords reversed, and the Two of Pentacles. Right, somebody is mad, and now somebody could even be trying to create some kind of injustices here, trying to knock you off your throne with the Seven of Wands, trying to knock you off your throne. It's like you have been fending everybody off to protect what is yours. Again, your willpower has been extremely strong here. You refuse to give up. You refuse to let up. I don't know, something here about they've awoken the dragon within you. They've awoken that sacred flame within you. And that sacred flame is your spark to the divine. They could be trying to send you some kind of message here. With this Page of Cups in the reverse, trying to manipulate your emotions here. Again, but they're only trying to create some kind of injustice here by lying, by continuing to lie. By continuing to lie to you and to your face, by not wanting to own up to some kind of decision here that they made in the past to go up against you. I don't know, maybe they felt like you were not deserving of something, or that you didn't earn something, or that whatever it was, they wanted you trapped. They wanted you... I just heard, like, boggled down, or, like, weighed down. They didn't want you to think that you could move forward. Look at this, because everything has dried up. They wanted you to believe that the river, or whatever it is that you were on using this boat, was all dried up. But as we saw earlier, you're like, you know what? I'll continue to walk and leap, even if it means not wearing any shoes. Because I have all that I need within me in order to get done whatever I want to get done. And something here, it's like it's no longer about playing any games anymore. I feel like you've been dealing with people who think that things are a joke, and maybe thought that, I don't know, it's given the energy of people never took you serious. For whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe it's due, like I said, to some kind of programming or conditioning that they may have had. It could be because of racism. It could be because of homophobia. It could be because of differences of religion and spirituality here. They viewed you as less than. We have the Six of Cups. These are people who are stuck in the past. They're stuck in their own past. They're stuck with their own poor decisions. Something here about own. I don't know if somebody here felt like they owned you because of whatever connection they thought that they had, whatever title that they thought that they had. I don't think these people realize that you are a sovereign being and you answer to no one but the divine, as we all do, but not everybody answers to the divine. Not especially if you keep answering to fear. If you're given to make decisions based on fear, that's not divine. It's not. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles, both in the upright. Six of Cups. These people could have even gone as far away as to even separate you from your divine partner, because you can't have everything in life. Excuse me, is how they felt. I was fine. I don't know why every single time I go to do readings is when I start burping. Nine of Cups. They were trying to stop you from wish fulfillment. They were trying to stop an Earth Angel here and a High Priestess from getting into a relationship, from finding their divine partner here, because this is the divine that's blessing this union here. They didn't want you to follow your soul contract, whatever that is for y'all. These people are under judgment now. The dead are beginning to rise again. They can't run from it. They can't run from their decisions because you're no longer deciding to take it on as yours. You're no longer deciding to be anybody's savior. You're no one's superhero. You're your own superhero. Eight of Wands reversed. That's news that they don't want to hear. About them being under judgment and that they're headed for a loss with the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse. The fates are not working in their favor. King of Swords reversed. Again, trying to lie, trying to be malicious, trying to be immoral, trying to be corrupt. There could even be something here to do with legal documents or something as well. With that King of Swords and this Justice in the reverse. Maybe a whole community try to cover something up. Right? And this could even get as thick as to there was one particular individual who did the illegal shit, and then a whole community is trying to cover up for them, but you're supposed to be a part of this community too. So now they're being complicit because, oh, I don't want something to happen to my child, or I don't want some, which is fine. I understand that from a parent's point of view. Like, you don't want the people closest to you to suffer, but at the same time, you can't be, you're just as complicit in the crime if you're trying to cover it up because you're just trying to save one person over somebody else. Somebody picked sides. They picked favorites. And then turned a blind eye when you were still being attacked. Because somebody here was never held accountable. They felt like they could just get away with anything, that they could keep doing it. Keep treating you however which way they wanted to. Okay. Was way too many, universe. Please give us one more card, please. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. They just wanted the attention. They wanted what you were attached to with this Ten of Pentacles. They were trying to maintain whatever stability that they had. They were only looking out for themselves. They were looking out for the long haul here. They're not going to be able to transmute whatever energy is coming their way, all because they were greedy, all because they wanted the attention. You know, somebody wanted to win at all costs. They didn't think that they were going to be stopped. They thought that they could fool the divine here. I don't know, maybe with this enlightenment, like maybe you guys had a close call with the divine, right? Maybe they told you, you know, keep your head up, keep working, keep doing what I sent you to do. I have seen what has been happening, and I'm going to take care of it. And however long ago you received that message, maybe you were like, all right, right? But you probably never lost faith. You may have doubted it a little bit at times, which is normal when you know, we're humans, we have feelings, right? Which is normal to have those doubts from time to time, but you still kept up the faith. And now the divine is getting ready to come through on that promise. And this is the end result about that whole community being exposed. The lies, the injustices, all of it. Everything that they try to throw onto you, everything that they try to blame onto you, that they try to scapegoat onto you, is now being revealed. Somebody here is not going to be able to show their face anymore. Excuse me. You know, somebody here could even be like extremely angry, hot-headed with this Queen of Wands in the reverse. Strong Leo, Capricorn, Taurus energy with that Queen of Pentacles as well, but you know your worth. Some of you guys have even had to move in secret. You knew what was coming. You know, you did your best to not play obvious, right? Because you can't, especially when you know what's coming. You still have to try and maintain that image, let them think that they won. We have the Four of Cups. See? They were just trying to talk you out of your cup. Some of these people, they could have known how powerful you were since birth. Maybe they were told. Maybe they didn't want to believe it. Why you were chosen versus them. Something about the Knight of Pentacles. The plan is in motion. The plan is in motion. It's been in motion. Nine of Swords reversed, and that Wheel of Fortune is still reversed. The plan is in motion. Somebody wanted you to feel, I don't know, some sort of guilt or panic. Because it's interesting, like, they were trying to use you against you for their betterment. Like, they didn't want you to feel like, oh, I don't want this to happen to these people. I really care for them. But when they were put in that same position, they still chose somebody else over you. God, the universe, the divine, he don't play those types of games. Let me clean this up so we can pull out some more decks. We are going to be using the Scrabble tiles at the end of this today. Alrighty, we have the prototype of my Who Is It deck. At least that's what I think I'm gonna call it. It's still a work in progress, and I will still probably add more to these. But, universe, please give us some clues as to who these people could be. As to who some of these people involved could be, please. Somebody probably never thought that you would put the pieces together. They were counting and hoping and betting on the fact that you wouldn't. Universe, please give us some clues. Somebody here could have freckles. This person could be younger than you. We do have a cousin here involved. Could be your cousin. You could have freckles. Take it however it resonates. We have braids. Somebody here could have braids. We do have cornrows or cornrows, however you decide to pronounce it. Somebody here could be bald. Somebody here has a round chin. Somebody here could have a red car. Somebody here has a double chin or a butt chin. And I mean that with no shade. I have a butt chin. It is what it is. Somebody here could be the same height as you. We have mature in age or attitude. We definitely have a Leo here involved, and we do have definitely somebody here with the red hair. So there's definitely a couple of different people here. We have one person with hair, one person who's balding. Somebody here could wear braids or cornrows, or... We do have tall. Somebody here could be tall. Older than you. So we have somebody here that's younger than you, somebody here that's older than you. What, it took multiple generations to come after you and they still didn't win? We have average height. And we still have tall here at the bottom of the deck. A whole group, a whole community went after you. All different sizes. All different ages. Somebody here could be tribal, they could be Native American, or they could have some kind of tribal roots. Somebody here could be LGBTQ. We could have a step foster or adoptive parent here that's involved. Somebody here could have green eyes. We have a Gemini here at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here could be a Gemini, or this is somebody here who has different sides to themselves. We have an immigrant. Somebody here could be an immigrant. We have blonde. We have blue eyes. And we have dimples. Somebody here could have dimples. Somebody here could be an immigrant. Maybe this is your family. Maybe they immigrated here and they expected you to always solve their problems for them. I've dealt with that in my day. I'm a child of immigrants, and I have nothing against immigrants, but you can't expect your children to handle everything for you. I don't want to sound like an asshole, because that does become a burden. Gemini is still here at the bottom of the deck. Universe, please give us some more clues. Somebody here could have a long nose. Somebody here could be from Generation X. We definitely have a Taurus that's involved here, or somebody here was very stubborn. Again, with that Gemini, somebody here could have multiple different sides to them, like a low-vibing Gemini. Somebody here could even be like bipolar or multiple personality disorder. We do have tall. Somebody here is definitely tall. They definitely have a square face. Somebody here could definitely drive a motorcycle. And something here about a sedan. Maybe their red car is a sedan, or their motorcycle is red, or I don't know. A sedan is a car with 4 doors, I believe. Somebody here definitely has a long nose. We do have Native Indian. And we have somebody here who's very flashy, vibrant apparel. Somebody here could definitely have a tooth gap. I don't know, maybe it's this bald person has a tooth gap. Maybe somebody here is upset at the fact that you're LGBTQ and maybe they were raised to not be, or I don't know, maybe if you are, you could be dealing with people who are closeted here and they hate the fact that you get to be open. Take that however it resonates. Maybe it's your cousin. I don't know, maybe they got into a marriage here that they never wanted to be in, but they were just trying to keep up with some kind of appearances here. Maybe due to some kind of, I don't know, illusion placed on them. You know, maybe because of their immigrant parents, trying to maintain the perfect life. Somebody here could have brown eyes. It's definitely a Leo that's involved. Somebody here could be a Leo. Maybe this Leo is tall. I don't know. Take it however it resonates. But somebody here was definitely able to get people to team up against you in some kind of way. We have yellow clothing. Somebody here could wear a lot of yellow. I don't know, maybe something to do with their sports team, or I don't know, maybe it brings out the color of their eyes. Universe, tell us more. What's the tea? Somebody's talking shit. Surprise, surprise. It's all they know how to do. Universe, tell us more. Divination abuser. This is somebody who could even be trying to abuse divination to come after you. Trying to use scarcity tactics by them trying to find out what you're up to and what's next. I don't know, I just heard maybe people are working on old information here, something about you being cloaked at this time. Maybe that's why they're trying to look you up, research you, so they can use their scarcity tactics here, because, I don't know who the hell these people think they are. It's like they're trying to war game something out, but I don't know, maybe you're the general? Or you've become a general? Like, spiritually? I mean, obviously, if they're using all these people to come up against you and you're standing alone, like, they don't realize how big your spiritual army is. Universe, tell us more. What's the tea here? All you have to do is pray to whatever deity that you pray to and just say, hey, if anybody trying to abuse divination to find out what I'm up to, who does not have my permission, who does not have my consent, they are blocked from my energy, keep me cloaked, and you can even go as far as, you know what, lie to them, tell them what they want to hear. You can do that. That's how much power you have, collective. Wield it. It's yours. We have a dirty offer. That was reversed. See, somebody's going to try and sneak their way in and try to present something as if it's not a dirty offer, but it is. This person is played out. They're played out. They're running in circles now. That's all they're doing is running in circles. This person's going bankrupt because of all the legal issues that they're going to be placed under. I don't know. At least somebody is going to have to hire a lawyer. They're going to have to hire a lawyer. Maybe they need to hire a bankruptcy lawyer. Or maybe some things are going to be found out during bankruptcy. Maybe somebody has already filed for bankruptcy. I don't know. Either way, something here is being found out. There's definitely been some kind of secret love affair that's been going on. I don't know. Maybe it's your cousin or whoever was in the community here. Somebody here is in the closet. I'm just saying it. That energy came out. Somebody here is in the closet. They can't be their authentic self. They can't handle real, and they don't like people that combat their truth. Right? Like your authenticity, you just being real. Like maybe you're just like the type of person that's, you don't follow the crowd. You're not someone who's going to say something just because, or agree with something just because, you want to be popular. Like that's what it's giving. It's that energy of like the popular kids, right? Who get to dictate who sit at what table. Like, go kick rocks. And you're like, fine, I'll just create my own table. And now you can't sit at my table. And that's what it is. Now they're pissed that they cannot sit at your table. Oh well. You're not sharing your lunch with these people. Marrying for money. Somebody here married for money. They got into a relationship for the money, for the stability, for the resources, for the appearances. This person who was played out, all because their ego is hurt. Oh, woe is me. My ego was hurt, so I'm going to use scarcity tactics here so I can cockblock the collective here because I'm so hooked on the fact that I like to force them to do things, but now you're ignoring them. They counted on the fact that you would always be there for them, maybe because you looked up to them. I don't know, maybe you looked up to your cousin at one point, or there's obviously family here involved. I don't know, these people married for money. They make their decisions based on money. And I'm not saying it's not wrong, to live in a budget, of course, but I mean, somebody here was definitely trying to build a life for themselves, again, because they want to be the popular kid, because they want to be seen as something instead of following their inner calling, instead of following their own soul. Universe, tell us more. Carless. Somebody here could be ready to be carless. I don't know, maybe their red car is getting ready to be taken away, or maybe it keeps breaking down, or that's what you get. Bankrupt. Somebody's going bankrupt. Maybe the relationship that they're in, they're going bankrupt. I don't know, maybe somebody here was able to get into a relationship or a connection here with people, or to maintain whatever connection they had in that community, their popularity, right? By having you be the common enemy. But yet also being their support. So it's like these people were like your frenemies all along. They never had your best interests in sight. They never supported you. They never cared about you. They never wanted to push you to be the greatest that you can be. It's like they kept you around as a joke. Like these people were bullies. Keeping you around as a joke, keeping you around as the common enemy, as the kick around, as the scapegoat. The joke is on them now. The joke is on them. The people who do the same shit, different day, same played out energy, same playbook, they do this to everyone, all because they want to feel like they're more popular. It's given the energy of them, like I can literally hear them like saying like, who the hell does collective think they are? Well, who the hell do you think you are? Well, because you're going to go up against God? Because of someone's being natural? Because I feel like you're very natural and organic. Collective. And these people are trying to be something that they're not. And it may have worked for a little bit. They were able to maybe build a life for themselves. And sometimes God in the universe will allow that to happen just to see how far they will go. just to see how far they will go. Universe, give us one more. We got two more. Now this is somebody who was crying over you. They're sad and they're hurt because they don't know what you're up to because now you're moving in silence. These people could even be moving in silence now. They don't know what to say to you. They know that you know. They know that you know, but they don't want to admit to it. These people who have no facts. They never have the facts, always make shit up, they lie, talking out of their ass, all because your light irritates their demons, all because you're real. And they can't thief from you anymore, because now they've been caught. I don't know, somebody's false sense of power got to their head, and we had that justice in the reverse. And that King of Swords, somebody here is literally probably being caught. Their past is catching up to them. We saw that judgment. Their past is catching up to them. Just because you thought you got away with something doesn't mean that you actually did. The divine keeps receipts. The divine keeps receipts. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to quickly have a bathroom break, and I will be right back. Alrighty, everybody. I am back. We're going to use my little mini deck. I did buy bigger cards. I think I'm going to spend tonight converting these. I actually bought a whole set of like 300 of them, so converting these and adding some more. But universe, please tell us more. Tell us more for the collective, please. Gossip and rumors. Secret feelings. Yeah, I mean, somebody's living a secret life. They don't feel like they can be themselves. This is somebody here who follows what everybody else is doing. This could even be somebody here who's a mimicker, or this whole group is mimickers, right? They're wanting to follow the latest trends, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But they're doing it at a cost to somebody else. They're doing it at a cost of their own soul. I mean, we already know they sold their soul away by giving into fear all the time. That is one way to sell your soul. You don't need to sign a contract with your name in blood in order to sell your soul. It's about the choices that you make. Universe. Fake accounts, catfish, impersonator. People could have been going as far as to make fake accounts to stalk you, to keep up with you, or even made fake accounts of you in order to tarnish your image in public or in the community in some kind of way. We have step family or adopted family. Foster family even. That came out twice. This could even be chosen family. That wanted to come out again. Somebody, they're guilty. This cult, this gang, this coven, this group of fake warlocks and witches, or, I mean, they could be real. They're just really bad at what they do. You block them. They've been blocked out of your life, blocked out of your energy. Notice again how it took a whole group to try and take you down, but yet you're still standing. You're still standing. Sloth, laziness, no follow-through. No, they're repeat offender. They want a handout. And they don't like the fact that they've been blocked. Wow, paying people off, buying loyalty. Right, going back to what I said about maybe even trying to cover something up for somebody else in the group, but at the expense of you. They could have even been paying people off. Maybe making fake accounts. I don't know. Repeat offender. This is somebody here who pays people off. They buy loyalty. They could have even been paying a practitioner to go up against you, but they weren't being honest with why they were going up against you. Again, trying to make you the scapegoat. And maybe that practitioner here just really wanted the money, so there was no follow-through. They didn't do their due diligence to even check to see if it was even real? I mean, come on. If you're a practitioner and somebody keeps coming to you, right, and everybody else is always the problem, I mean, like, you don't even need to be spiritual to understand that. But, I mean, there are some people in the light, some people in the dark, and some people in the gray. And some people are really, really attracted to that money. Money is not everything. Yes, it's important, but it's not everything. Somebody here who skips steps, they take the easy way out, they cut corners. This is a fake copycat. Somebody here trying to blend in. This is somebody here who always acts like the people that they're around, right? Trying to blend in, trying to mimic. Somebody here who wanted you caged and confined. They wanted you binded to them. Again, no facts, makes shit up, runs wild with assumptions. Yeah, this is somebody, I don't know what kind of idea these people think they have of you. I don't know, maybe you're just somebody who keeps it real, you keep it open, you keep it honest, even in your communication. Like, I'm not saying that you have to sugarcoat things, and maybe you don't. You just tell it like it is. I don't know. People out there cannot handle that type of energy. They cannot handle truth. Especially when they're trying to blend in and mimic. They don't like being called out. No, so they gaslight. They gaslight because they want to keep their popularity up. They want to be the cool kid. As somebody here who could even have an addiction, substance, sex, escapism in some kind of way. I don't know, maybe they're trying to claim that that was all you. Usually it's the people that have the most. The people that lie the most, that lie about other people, that project onto other people, are really the ones that do it themselves, right? It's like the people say, whoever smelt it, dealt it type of energy. Dirty money, laundering, illegal gambling here. Excessive, overindulgence, no moderation, lacks discipline, lacks emotional maturity. Somebody has definitely caught a case for breaking all these laws, definitely into legal issues. Somebody made a career out of that. That King of Swords in the reverse. They spent their whole life breaking rules, thinking that they're above the law, thinking they could do whatever they want. Somebody here who fake flexes, they only care about appearances, lives beyond their means, and very excessive. Universe, tell us more, please. Everything is falling apart. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. Everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart because they skip steps. I don't know. Maybe somebody here in their whole sex addiction, maybe they could have gotten somebody else pregnant and now they're losing the one person that they married to for money. All because they were trying to fulfill a fantasy while getting a room. Oh my goodness. Somebody could have even gotten a room, gotten a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. A whole situation's about to explode. Somebody's game is over because somebody here has been investigating behind the scenes, catching the information. Somebody here now knows that they fucked up. And the police are definitely involved. This investigator and police is definitely involved. This energy has been coming out for weeks. Somebody fell for a trap. See, the thing is, this person thought that they were so smart. Right? They thought that they were so smart. That's why they were skipping those steps. They thought that they knew better. They thought they were so smart, so calculated. They could have even tried to get the focus off of them and being put onto you. Maybe that's why they made those fake accounts of you, to impersonate you, to get the heat off of them. But, you know, this investigator is not stupid. A whole situation here is about to explode. And they know that they fucked up. They know they fucked up. They know they made a mistake. That's why things are falling apart. Universe, tell us more. They should have never made you their enemy. They should have never made you their fallback. They should have never made you their scapegoat. Universe, tell us more. There's a whole recording here. I don't know, maybe somebody was recorded during a rendezvous. Maybe the room was bugged. Maybe the investigator bugged the room. They know they messed up, and this police is still on their ass. And now somebody is expecting some kind of new beginning? Or this could be you. You're expecting a new beginning because you're fighting for what you love, claiming what is yours. Love is a battlefield. Somebody here is being kicked to the curb. They have lost their standing. They have lost whatever mountain they thought that they were standing on. It was never their mountain to begin with. It was your mountain. Universe, give us one more, please. Now they're running away. They're trying to run away from their problems. Somebody here with anger management. They're not even in control of themselves. This person here could have, like I said, they sold their soul a long time ago. I don't even think they realize that this person has an entity attachment. Somebody here was extremely toxic. Yet they claim to hate nothing about you, but yet they're right there to betray you. They're quick to betray you. They're quick to deceive you, to backstab you. Traitors, people who are unworthy of your trust, quick to sell you out. These people could even been trying to sell you. It's gross. We have envy, all because they're hyper envious of the energy and the power that you carry. And the record's about to be set straight. It's about to be set straight about how far this whole group and community went to cage and confine you. And maybe this whole group, I don't know, maybe the other people involved, maybe they don't know the extent of what this one person did. Maybe that's why that forgiveness came out earlier as well. Forgive them, for they do not know what they do. All right, maybe this person is older than you. One person's definitely older than you. And maybe they took that as somebody having more seniority because of age. Age doesn't mean anything, and I guess people are learning that lesson now. It's also giving me the energy, like, I don't know if this is like a whole step family, and like maybe you have step siblings who are older than you. I don't know if they were picked or put in a higher light than you were. I don't know, it's giving like, what's that word? Hierarchy? Some kind of hierarchy here? I don't know. Somebody here has anger management issues. Oh, they're about to explode because the evidence is going to be seen. The truth is going to be revealed. Maybe about how shitty of a person they are. Not only is it going to be revealed what they did to you, but what's also going to be revealed is their whole secret life. What they've been trying to cover up. What they've been trying to blame onto you. Maybe they thought you were the enemy because you just decided not to fall for their bullshit, to buy into any of their lies. Universe, tell us the hidden secrets, please. Somebody are spying. They're still spying on you. They're still trying to keep up with you. Look at this dude wearing a hoodie, thinking he can't be seen. Well, what if your computer's tapped? You should probably cover your webcam. Somebody here is extremely stressed out. Arguments are about to break loose. It's about time. This is the moment. And you know, those who were complacent, are also going down. For knowing that somebody here was doing something wrong but refusing to speak up. They're gonna get theirs too. And those are the very people that you could have been going to for even help, like, hey, you know, I know this person's out to get me, or, you know, why are they doing all these things to me? And, you know, acting like they would take care of it, but in all actuality, they never did. Just telling you what you wanted to hear. Maybe because they didn't want to ruffle somebody else's feathers who had anger management. Again, they gave in to the fear. We have heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, all messed up. Somebody here is hoping that this distance will bring you guys closer together with this clinging energy. They're hoping that your healing here was not real, that it was just all a distraction. Or maybe they're distracted at the fact that you've healed. Universe. Something here about killing them with kindness. You just smile, and you're like, I'm still going to be kind to you. I'm still going to be cordial to you. Again, that healing. You have released, you've purified, and you have cleansed yourself, and you have found peace within, balance and harmony amongst the chaos. And some kind of emotional storm is going to be taking place with some kind of masculine here who lost their divinity a long time ago. This person's going to be withdrawn. They could even be withdrawn from society. We have solitary. Maybe somebody could even be thrown into solitary confinement. All because of your beauty, your charm, and your kind heart. And they just wanted to abuse that here. Abandoned in intimacy. Come on. They liked your healing. Universe, tell us more. A whole family's involved here. Somebody definitely got somebody here pregnant, and somebody here is wearing a mask. They're exhausted at wearing their mask, though, and these epiphanies are coming out to light. Something here to do with a commitment. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? And not that it's funny, but you know how this person married for money, and then they probably went out and knocked somebody else up? The funny thing is that whoever they were married to was probably even ganging up on you, but now they look like a fool as well. Now they look like a fool because their whole life is falling apart because of the one person they decided to believe. Careful what you say about others. We have a divine feminine here. Divine feminine here has healed. Even though somebody here tried to shatter you, they try to keep you in grief, they try to keep you distracted, maybe with a broken heart. These people never wanted you to heal. They never wanted you to recover. No, because they were just clinging. They were holding on, obsessing, and spying on you. They never wanted you to heal your heart. Because they know that once your heart was healed, that you would reclaim your power, that you would see the truth about their intentions, that you would live in honesty. And something here about establishing a secure foundation here. They're under major stress here because now they're trapped, stuck, tied down, and captive to everything that they tried to do for you. They are going to be hitting their breaking point. See, the thing is, what happened, what these people did to you, it didn't break you. It ended up healing you. It ended up giving you clarity, ended up giving you insight. It ended up fortifying your gifts, your own discernment, which is going to serve you very well in this next phase of life because you're getting this sudden wealth. And now you're going to know who you can and cannot share it with and who deserves for it to be shared with. And these people are at their breaking point because now they're feeling the rejection. They're feeling the abandonment. The same shit that they wanted to make you feel like you weren't worthy of. It's being returned back to them because it was theirs originally. Now they're thinking, now they're missing you. They're not missing you. They're just missing making you out to be the scapegoat because now you have the truth. Something here about some kind of photos, some kind of evidence here is also being revealed. Universe, tell us more, please. You made good use of your time. Even if you were forced into isolation, you still made good use of it because you found inner peace. You found inner clarity. You found your own nirvana. We have closed off, guarded, present, and attracting. That's what they wanted. They wanted you to be closed off and guarded. But now these people, they let their own pride get in the way, acting like a wounded warrior, acting entitled, acting like, woe is me, the world is out to get me, trying to control and sabotage you. Something here about your intuition. You knew that things were not as they appear. And I don't know, you're also, I feel like, the type of person who, you don't care about maintaining some kind of image. You don't care what it looks like to the outside world, as you shouldn't. You shouldn't care what other people think of you. But these people do, and that's why you're living in the present. You're attracting. Again, that gratitude. Again, that gratitude. That gratitude, you being positive, you being proactive, tranquil, is leading to success and abundance. And abundance. They wanted to control, they wanted to sabotage you, they wanted you to have mood swings, they were trying to paint this image of you being the crazy one, of you being the villain. And everyone else was in on it. So when you would create a scene thinking that you were sticking up for yourself, and you have every right to voice your opinion and to fight for what you believe in and to fight for yourself, especially if nobody else is. Maybe part of that things are not as what they appear is because the setup was already in place to make you look crazy, to make you look evil. Universe, tell us more. We have spring. The seeds were planted in spring, and now they're getting ready to sprout. You did all the preparation work, you put in the work. An unexpected storm is getting ready to take place, some kind of destruction, conflict, unforeseen change, some kind of sudden news. I don't know, maybe it's from the investigator and the police. Universe, tell us more. Ace of Fire, new starts, attraction, creation. Somebody here now wants to come in and they want to apologize here and give you some kind of offer. Tell them to go kick rocks. Some of you are definitely also receiving good positive offers. But be very, very careful of who's trying to come back into your life. Because things are not as what they appear to be. You'll know the difference. Your discernment is on point. It's very strong right now. It's been upgraded. You've been upgraded. Universe, give us one more, please. Unexpected storm and nostalgia. We have a union and we have a release. Surrender, emotional release, clearing away, walking away. You've released something here, and maybe that's why some of y'all could even be getting ready to get into union with an actual divine masculine here, with somebody here who's willing to protect you. Somebody here who sees your energy. They see the truth. Somebody here, until debt tears us apart. Whoever these people are, they're dealing with the Saturn return. They're being released. They're being purged from your energy. And they can be as nostalgic as they want. Now they miss you. No, I feel like they miss the old version of you, the one that they could control, the one that they could sabotage. They're missing the past. That's really what this is. They're missing the past. Universe. Tell us more, please. Fed up and chained. You were fed up with being chained. You were so over it. You found harmony here. Somebody is definitely getting into legal situations here. What is all that on my cards? Somebody is definitely getting into legal situations here because of some kind of dirty money. The paperwork's already been filed. All the evidence has been filed. Of somebody here being a party animal, wanting to be turned, sex, drugs, and alcohol, surface pleasures. Somebody here's chained. They're tied. They're tied down to what it is that they own. TikTok. Deadline, procrastination, too busy. And now they want to love bomb you because they've gotten somebody else knocked up. And this is somebody here who's nosy as F. This frenemy here, who's a karmic. And they're mad at the fact that you're going to be receiving some kind of lucky break. Some kind of good fortune. Somebody's crimes are now catching up to them. That's really what it is. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to take another quick bathroom break. And then we're going to pull out the Scrabble tiles. And we'll close this off. I'll be right back, y'all. Hi, everyone. I am back. I apologize for that. We're going to be using these Scrabble tiles. You can take this as confirmations or last-minute messages. But universe, any final messages and confirmations here for the collective, please? Any final messages and confirmations for the collective? This is also going to be very loud, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume real quick. Something about California. The number 55 also jumped out on its own. The number 55. The number 89. Somebody here could be 55 years old. Somebody could have been born in 1989. Somebody here could be 30. Or these numbers can mean something else to you. We have 31. We have 84. Maybe somebody here was born in 84. We have the number 6. That could be somebody's life path number. Someone's name could be Buck. Bucky. Something here about right now. Maybe somebody here only wants things done like right now, right at this minute. They want you to drop what you're doing. We have the number 54. Maybe somebody was born in 1954. God, I hope not. We have the number 16. Someone's name could be Dave, Davey, David. Something here about a doctor could be involved. There's definitely a rat here. Somebody could have been ratted out. Somebody ratted on somebody. Something here about a vote. Maybe somebody here took a vote. Maybe they voted to go up against you. I'm not getting anything political off of that, but that's what it feels like. Somebody here could use the word A, like a guy, or maybe somebody here is Canadian. Someone's name could be Ken, Kenny, Kenneth. Someone's name could be Kevin. Something here about a district attorney. I don't know, somebody's about to be gone, or something here is going to be gone. Or they were trying to have you be gone. We have the number 76, the number 57. The number 26. Somebody, I don't know, maybe they thought that you were their pet, or they were trying to treat you as a pet. Someone's name could also be Pat, Patty, Patrick, Patricia. Someone's name could be Rose, Rosaline. Someone's name could be Lou. And the number 15. Someone's name could be Casey. A number 23. Some of you guys could also be seeing the number 55 a lot. That could have to do with some kind of change. The number 13. Something here about a roux. I don't know, maybe somebody's name could be Rue, Rual, or something here about a roux. Isn't like a roux like when you're like cooking or something, you create a roux? It's like the base of a sauce or something. Somebody here could be in the closet, like I said, DL on the down low, and that doesn't even have to just mean sexually. That just mean they have like some kind of secret life. Someone's name could be Wes. Or something here, somebody's from the West. Something here about Pennsylvania. We have this DL coming out here again. Someone's name could be Peter or Pete. Someone's name could be Bo. Or Boo. What is it? Like B-A-U or whatever. However you pronounce it. Someone here could definitely be your opposition here. Someone here could shop at Ross. Somebody here is, I don't know, maybe somebody here works in IT or they're really good with computers. Something here about Poe. I don't know, that just reminded me of Edgar Allan Poe. Someone's name could be Vic, Victor, Victoria, Vicky. Something here about a rope. I don't know. I don't like the sound of that. Something here about Utah. Something here about Vermont. Vermont, Utah. Something here about a worm, or somebody here is slimy like a worm. Maybe, I don't know. Something here about OT. Maybe something here about overtime. I don't know, maybe somebody did not want to pay you overtime or something. Something here about DD, maybe somebody here plays Dungeons and Dragons. Or they thought something here was just like a game. I don't know, something here about GE, maybe somebody here works for GE, General Electric. Someone's name could be Ned. Something about somebody's bullshit. BS. Their bullshit's now catching up to them. Someone's name could be Lynn. Someone's name could be Ralph. Ralphie. Something here about LP. I don't know. Something about liquid propane. Maybe somebody works for a propane company. Someone's name could be Cece, or that's their nickname, Cece. Something here about a vest. I don't know, maybe somebody here has to wear like a vest or like an apron for work, part of their uniform or something. Like a smock. Someone's name could be Dove. Or, I don't know, maybe somebody here eats a lot of Dove chocolate. Or something here about BU. I don't know, Boston University could be involved, or I don't know. Something about DSW, isn't that like a shoe company or a shoe store or something? Someone's name could be Brittany. There's a rat. Somebody, or is that maybe Brittany's a rat? I don't know. Someone's name could be Brenda. I don't know. Somebody's initials could be GW. Something about a boss is involved. Somebody's boss could be involved. Something here about the Southwest. Or maybe somebody flies Southwest. Someone's name could be Walter, or Walters. Or somebody's name could also be Water, or Waters. Someone's nickname could be Zed, or someone's name is Zed. Something here about the color teal. Maybe teal is somebody's favorite color. Something here about a SEAL as well. Like, I don't know if somebody here is like a Navy SEAL or they're a veteran. Someone's name could be Ren. Something here about a day, or someone's name could be Day. Someone's name could be Ashley. Something about Cincinnati. Somebody here could have a lot of BO. I don't know. Maybe somebody here needs a shower. I don't know, something about Kuwait. I don't know, Kuwait. Someone's name could be Tom, Thomas, Tommy. I don't know, something about a UTI. I don't know. Maybe this person caught a UTI. Something about CPS. I don't know, maybe Child Protective Services have been called on somebody. I don't know. Or some kind of investigation. Someone's name could be Lonnie. Someone's nickname could be Ree. Someone's name could be Ed, Eddie. I don't know, somebody here wanted war. Someone's name could be Chris, Christine. Something here to do with Christ. Something here, I don't know, somebody was trying to bog you down, or something here about bogs, I don't know, cranberry bog. Something here about Tennessee. Again, something here about Pennsylvania. Something here about Rhode Island. Someone's name could be Don, Donald, Donnie. We have Lou here again. Someone's name could be Wendell. Maybe somebody here was trying to essay you or trying to get you to be essayed. Maybe that's part of the plot. Something about a crisis. Something here about the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, maybe could have gotten involved. Something here to do with an oven. I don't know, maybe somebody here is a cook or they're a baker. Someone's name could be Al. Albert, Alfred. Someone's name could be Opal. Or something here to do with an opal. Something here to do with a community college or something. Someone's name could be Walt. Or something about the waltz. Maybe somebody was thinking that they were in, I don't know, doing some kind of dance with you. Someone's name could be Priya. I probably spelt that wrong. Someone's name could be Gia. Gianni. Someone's name could be Tim. Or somebody here could wear Tim's. So isn't Rue 21 a store? Maybe something about Rue 21? Something here about a top. Top. Isn't that like rolling papers? Maybe somebody here smokes a lot, or they roll their own cigarettes or something. Someone's name could be Reese. Or something here about Reese's. Ooh, somebody here could have a problem with their thingy no longer working. I don't know, erectile dysfunction. Maybe it's because of all the drugs that they're on. I don't know. Someone's name could be Dan, Daniel, Daniels. Someone's name could be Corey. Someone's name could be Geo. Something here about a gastroenterologist, a GI doctor or something. Something here about Rit. I don't know, something here about dyeing something. Like maybe somebody here likes to dye their clothes with like Rit dye, or I don't know. Something here about Dell. Dell Lemonade, Dell Computers. Something here about, I don't know, maybe somebody thought that they were your pal, or, I don't know, the Police Athletic League. I know we have that here where I'm from. It's like a venue, I don't know. People can, like, rent out, I don't know. Something here about AI. Maybe somebody here has been using AI, or they've been trying to doctor something using AI, or, I don't know. Something here about Wednesday, or something to do with some kind of a wedding. some kind of contract. Someone's name could be Paul, Paula, Paulette. Something here about a tape. I don't know, maybe something here was taped. Something's definitely been caught. Something here about Wisconsin. Something here about a den, or something happened in the den, or something's being hidden in the den, or I don't know. Someone's name could be Vinny, or something to do with someone's VIN number. Someone's name could be Keith. I don't know, something to do with a Vespa. Maybe a Vespa. A Vespa's involved. No shade if you're driving a Vespa. I have a moped myself. I love that thing. Someone could be somebody's uncle. We have Tio. We have a Tio here. Maybe somebody's Hispanic, Latino. Someone's name could be Riley. Something here about court. I don't know. Somebody cannot avoid court. Something here about due. I don't know. Mountain Dew, or somebody here owes some kind of dues. Or something here is due. Something about a kite. I don't know. Maybe somebody here likes to be high all the time. They like to fly as high as a kite or something. I don't know. There's definitely something here to do with a deed. I don't know. Maybe somebody would try to alter a deed to a house or something. Something here about a zoo. I don't know, it's given the energy of like wanting to keep you boxed in, trapped, caged, bound, for their amusement, for their own entertainment. Somebody here does not know how to wait. Someone's name could be Kit. Or, I don't know, maybe something here about a kit. Maybe they ordered a kit. Somebody ordered a kit of something. Someone's name definitely could be Ken. Someone's name could be Tawanda. Or Wanda. Someone's name could be Rick. Ricky. Someone's name could be Ben, Benjamin, Benji. Someone's name could be D. Something about Ecuador, or somebody could be from Ecuador. Somebody here could definitely be a vet or a veteran. Something here is getting wet. I don't know. Maybe somebody here is too thirsty. I don't know. Someone's name could be Olga. Something here about an ADA, an assistant district attorney. Well, somebody has the DA and the ADA after them. It must be big. I don't know. Something about zeal. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Someone's name could be Zeke. Ezekiel. I don't know, something here about a band. I don't know, somebody obviously did not work together. Everybody played a different role. Everybody played a different role in order to keep the music going. Something here about Gildan. Isn't that like a clothing company or something? Gildan? Or someone's name could be Gideon. Maybe somebody here makes their own clothes. Like, you know, like they're, you know, they buy the plain t-shirts from Gildan and whatever. Boulay. Maybe somebody's name could be Boulay or... Someone's name could be Ricardo. Someone's name could be Taz or Zach. We have Zach here. Someone's name could be Peck. Okay. Someone's name could be Ada. Someone's name could be Andy, Andrew, Andre. Someone's name could be Connie or Constance. Someone's name could be Uriel. Something here about a date. Maybe somebody was trying to set you up on a date. Or they're trying to set you up, if you know what I mean. Maybe to be essayed or something. Or to have you be gone. We do have essay here again. This is very sad. Somebody's a sad, miserable person. Something about Avon. Maybe somebody here buys from Avon. Someone's name could be Dan. Something here about Ra, the sun god. I don't know. I don't know if that's Egyptian. Maybe somebody here is Egyptian. Or they have Egyptian bloodline. Someone's initials could be KP. Someone's name could be Ruth. Someone's name could be Leon. Something about LSD. Maybe somebody here did LSD and now they're just permanently stuck on a trip. Isn't that acid? I don't know. I don't know my drugs because I don't do them. Something here about a doctor. A doctor could definitely be involved somehow. Someone's name could be Theo. I don't know. Somebody here made a bid. I don't know. Maybe somebody was trying to bid for something. Someone's name could be Ron. Ronald. Alrighty, I'm going to wrap this up because we're almost 2 hours in, and this video will probably going to take forever to upload. I started this at 5:30 p.m. It is now 8. Something about a vape. Maybe somebody here could vape. Something about A&W. Maybe somebody here likes root beer. Alrighty, universe. Please give us an actually... Yeah. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective, please. Please give us an affirmation for the collective. Thank you. We have no judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? You're headed into Joyville. You release yourself from any and all judgments, even the projections that people place on you, even those limitations that they try to confine you to. It's theirs, not yours. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective, please. Please give us a final message for the collective. We have two of them. We have 16 and 30. Clear your energy and priorities. Move through your fears to bring on change. Ganesha is clearing the obstacles that have been impeding your progress. Removal of these obstacles will bring a shift in consciousness. With destruction comes creation. Embrace the opportunity to change and move into a positive phase of freedom. You will undergo a major shift, whether it is in your spirituality or personal life. A key life change is around the corner. It is time to move out of your comfort zone. No doubt you are aware of some of the challenges that lie before you, but keep in mind that some of them may be on a more subtle or subconscious level. Believe in yourself and your ability to overcome obstacles. Whether in your professional or personal life, the right outlook can go a long way in supporting you through challenging times. One of the many daily challenges is clearing unwanted lower vibrational energy from within your physical body, your aura, and your personal environment. How do you cleanse and balance your energy in order to align with your divine purpose? You may choose to balance your chakra energy centers by taking a much-needed break or stepping outside for fresh air. Consider taking a sea salt bath and also use incense or white sage or essential oils such as lavender, clove, or basil to clear your home. Regular meditation will provide the stillness needed to ensure you clearly hear messages that are being given to you and will also assist in bringing a greater sense of calm to your life. Remember to call on Ganesha, ask him to walk alongside you and show you what you would benefit from clearing away. And then we have priorities. Make the most of your time. Every day is a gift. You have the option to make the most of what life is offering you. If you long to create organization in your life, you will benefit from prioritizing. Your ideals determine what you will seek in life. Your priorities are most visible in how you use your time. Ganesha is holding the water lily and emphasizing the importance of your values. He encourages you to know what you truly want, what makes you happiest. There are always blessings that may not be apparent in the midst of a disappointment. Time is not something that can be saved for later. When it comes to the time allotted to you each day, you only have a limited opportunity. Make your choices about how you spend your time in accordance with your highest values. If you languish or procrastinate, the moment will be gone. Reevaluate how you have been spending your days and how you can strive to be more satisfied. In terms of priorities, for each major decision such as education, occupation, place of residence, marriage, or parenting, you may ask yourself, what will be the impact of my decision? In all choices, make sure that you are certain of what your priorities are. Relate your goals to ways to bring love and blessings to yourself and the people who you share your life with. It's time for you to clear your energy and get your priorities in check. That's what your enemies do not want. And I feel like that's what you already did. And that's what's setting off this whole snowball of effect here in their life. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.